So, sir, one word that describes your leadership style.
Very non-humbly, I must say, I'm dynamic. Dynamic is the word.
And what's your biggest strength as a leader?
I think I'm empathetic enough. I'm empathetic to, we talked about it. I am not impervious, so I take care of my team.
Right.
I communicate.
Right.
So I give them a pat on the back.
Right.
Autobiography of a yogi, definitely. It changed the way. And also,
anything specific in that?
In that book, he tells us that you have to raise the level of your consciousness. I should have a team of 6 people who are answerable to me. They have 600 people below them. Those 600 people will come to you or need you only when required. But these 6 people are whom I am with.
Right.
So the myth is that you have to be everywhere all the time. The leader does not have to.
Right.
There's a nice quote which you like. Those who are on top of the mountain, they did not fall from the sky.
Right.
They went from here.
Yeah. Hello everyone. Welcome to Voices of Change, a global leadership series where we bring you insights and experiences from global health leaders who are shaping the future of public health. I'm your host, Dr. Professor Sonu Goyal, and I'm really honored to welcome Mr. Vivek Atray. Good morning, sir.
Good morning. Thank you so much.
Yeah, Mr. Vivek Atray is a former Indian Administrative Services officer who made a courageous decision to resign from the Indian Administrative Services in the year 2017 to follow his deeper calling as a motivational and leadership mentor. As an electronic engineer from NIT Kurukshetra, he has evolved into a global respected speaker, author, advisor, columnist, and a visiting professor. With over 17 TED Talks and 5 highly popular Josh Talks, his ideas has reached more than 12 million viewers across the globe through YouTube and leading podcasts. He is a founder of the Suvichar think tank and the chair of Yogananda Center for Spiritual Science at Shulini University. He has also co-founded multiple social and literary platforms nurturing dialogue, creativity, and positive action. As an author, his books, including It's a Wonderful Life, Finding Success Within, and his novels More on Bunny and Dubeji Bounce Back, reflect his belief in the inner growth and resilience. During his administrative career, he played a key role in establishing the Chandigarh IT Park and led the award-winning e-Sampark initiative, which is lauded by Ministry of Health in the Central Ministry of Health. As former national level under-19 cricketer and lifelong learner, he inspires thousands of young minds to live with calmness, purpose, positivity, and multi-dimensional growth. So welcome here in this Voice of Change show, sir.
Thank you, Dr. Sonu Goyal, for the very warm introduction and welcome. Thank you.
Yes, sir. So, sir, I'll be asking you some series of questions on leadership based on your leadership experience,
That's why
which you have. Yeah. So, sir, over a period of time, you have experienced a lot of leadership lessons and you have changed your position. Initially, you were an Indian Administrative Officer, and thereafter you willingly left your position, and now you are although you are not in a formal position there, but you are formal and informal position in multiple forays.
Yeah.
So, according to you, what are the key qualities that define a successful leader, and how have these leadership shaped your leadership journey over a period of time?
So I'll start with the example, and I think it is important to have examples and role models.
Exactly, sir.
2 people who inspire me a lot, and we're talking about leadership. So one is Field Marshal Sam Manakshaw, and the greatest army officer of India, and perhaps one of the greatest of the world. And Dr. Abdul Kalam, who was our president of India. So these 2 people inspire me. Let's look at their leadership styles. You see, leadership is about being the example that you want to set. If I tell my team, let's do this, they may not follow.
Right.
You tell your children also do this, they will not do it.
Right.
And if you tell them don't do this, they may do it.
Right.
So it is your example which matters, my example which matters. Sam Manekshaw was a great example of that, and he was a role model. So when the Bangladesh army surrendered to the Indian army in 1971,
Right.
it was at the assurance of Sam Manekshaw, because they were soldiers. They wanted assurances from a soldier or an officer. He told them on radio that don't worry, we will take care of you, no harm will come to you. 90,000 soldiers surrendered, unheard of in history.
Right.
Dr. Abdul Kalam, simple, humble, hardworking scientist, never realized or never thought that I will be president of India one day. Who can ever think?
Right.
Going one step at a time. I have a friend called Colonel D.S. Chima who met him many times when he was a scientist. And Colonel Chima tells me he was so humble and so meticulous. But never we could see that this person will go and become the president of India. But that leadership quality was there. And if you are aware, and you must be, that he died while speaking on the stage.
Right.
So you see, going in action, that means he lived that ideal which he exemplified. Plus the two are connected by an incident. He helped Field Marshal Manekshaw to get his long overdue pension from the government when President Kalam went to meet him in Wellington when he was in hospital, Manekshaw.
Right.
Manekshaw did not tell him, but somebody told him, sir, if they have not, he's not got his pension, full rights.
Right.
President of India naturally gave the orders or whatever, it was released. So, these humble people.
Right.
And Manekshaw would never have asked for it. He may have given one or two applications, but that's it.
Right.
And Kalam would not have gone there, but that's how it happened. So I think role models are very important in leadership, what you asked me. So the kind of leadership the world needs, sorry to say, in some cases it's missing.
Right.
So the political leaders of the world, and we don't want to name them, look across the world, they are looking angry, upset, restless, not dignified. So then it doesn't give the right leadership lesson. So the role models have to be found. And then leadership can change the whole world because of the way they motivate their teams. You look at teachers. If teachers are motivated to teach better in the schools across India or across the world, the generations we are preparing will become better generations of the future. Because the teachers are so inspired to teach so much.
Right.
And if they are half-hearted because leadership is not telling them to go and give their full effort, then that can't happen.
Right.
It's just an example. Doctors, again, the more they are motivated and inspired by leadership, they may perform better.
Right.
Yeah.
No, excellent, Mr. Atray. Like you told about many aspects of leadership, like humbleness or humility is one of the very important aspects of a leadership.
Extremely.
Yeah, and I have seen many leaders like Mr. Kalam, who have actually shown that humbleness across whosoever is there, even if they're the smallest guy. So he's used to be very humble in speaking, in actions. I think that's really important.
Absolutely.
And hardworking, definitely, I think hardworking is the must thing, and the vision. And you have told about the vision of Mr. Manekshaw and Mr. Abdul Kalam as well. So I think they were visionary and they were inspiring and highly motivating to their team.
Yes.
Because if you are so humble, people will like to actually work for you.
Yes. You can't force people to work.
Exactly.
A leader who is arrogant, which is the opposite of humble,
Right.
or who is coercive and always scaring his team into it, that team will work under duress or pressure.
Right.
But the pressure
And only for limited period of time.
and the output will not be as efficient.
Right.
If they give what we say in Urdu, Hindi, ke dilo jaan se kaam kiya, they really gave their full energy to it. Then you see how it works.
Right. Wonderful. So going further, like because again, during your lifetime, you might have faced some challenges during leadership, because leadership is full of challenges.
Absolutely.
And some people say that if you have not faced challenges, one is not a leader.
Absolutely.
Right. So can you tell us some experience of facing some challenges and how you walked through that situation?
Yeah. So first I'll start with a quote on this. There is a saint who said, "A smooth life is not a successful life."
Right.
So if the floor is smooth, the table is smooth, you can't expect life to be so smooth. There are speed breakers, bumps, gaddas, this, that, you will go through them. So life, as you said, and leadership comes, you become a better leader when you take the knocks.
Right.
So the prayer has to be that my shoulders should be broad enough to handle the adversities of life. So to give an example, I was a young SDM of Kalka.
Right.
And I was 24 only. And I didn't have a car. Some of the old gypsy had been, condemned or whatever. It was gone, and the new one hadn't come. Now I had to be industrious. My deputy commissioner was taking it easy. I was living on using borrowed cars and all that. Tahsildar's car. So I took it upon myself as a young officer. I went from table to table to table in FD and the government and wherever to give my gypsy.
Right.
Within a week or 10 days, I got the orders. Within a month or something, it came. And the DC was very impressed. It would have taken 6 months.
Right.
So, you have to take that initiative.
Mm-hmm.
This was one bump in the beginning of my career. Later in my career, once what happened was that, I'll give you a very sensitive matter happened. And there was a very big VIP visiting Chandigarh from Government of India. Huge person, you can say.
Right.
And his wife's car was to be filled with petrol. It was an official car.
Right.
The wife was also in an official car separately.
Right.
So the dignitary was somewhere else, she was somewhere else. So somebody asked me, because I was a liaison officer at that time, so petrol. I said, fill it up from the official petrol pump and send the bill to them.
Mm-hmm.
We did that. Now after a month or two or something, some objection came. Why did you get it filled up?
Mm-hmm.
I said, will you say no to that dignitary?
Right.
Filled up. So I took it upon myself. I wrote back, then they wrote back, then I wrote back, then they wrote back. I said, do you want to embarrass the government? Do you want to embarrass the system? And you then, if you still feel that I am ready to pay it from my pocket.
Right.
Let's presume it was 3-4 cars, about 10,000 rupees.
Right.
I said, I will pay from my pocket. But then they agreed. They agreed because seniors agreed because I was taking a stand.
Right.
So sometimes I'm giving you 2 minor incidents of my life, which just came to my mind. But you have to take a stand, and if you're on principles, then they cannot coerce you. And so these bumps which come, the way to handle them is to be cool-headed. And I often say, and my book is called Finding Success Within, which you mentioned.
Right.
The success comes from our own conquering your own mind's limitations. So if I'm a restless or nervous or fearful kind of person, everybody's human.
Right.
But to an extent.
Right.
You cannot be beyond that. You cannot keep, being jittery and all that. So when the officer asks you something and you have to take a stand, you have to take a stand. You cannot say yes or okay sir, whatever you say. You can't be meek also. So I think a balance between firmness and the sensitivity is required, and then you're able to handle the adversities.
Yeah. No, excellent, sir. Because normally what people used to do, despite being all those good qualities, but when something happens, some urgent thing happens, so
they don't take a decision.
Yeah, they can't take the decision, and that is really adverse.
Really adverse.
Because if you're not taking decision, it is sometimes more detrimental to taking a wrong than taking a wrong decision.
Exactly. And part B of that could be supposing that officer's wife or that dignitary's wife had said something which is out of the way. That you, this thing, I'm going shopping and somebody has to pay for my shopping. Supposing.
Right.
Just, that didn't happen, but I'm just saying.
Yeah.
There I have to take a stand with her. That you tell madam that this will not happen.
Exactly.
This is Chandigarh administration, we don't do such things.
Yeah. Exactly.
So there also you have to take a stand.
So again, based on the principles, I think those principles, and that will become you unbiased.
Yeah.
And if nobody can deter you if you are using your own principles and all those things.
Absolutely. In some time, they will recognize that you are a solid guy.
Yeah.
They will stop bothering you also.
Exactly.
Politicians will definitely stop bothering you. In a small state like Punjab, Haryana, Himachal,
Right.
everybody knows everybody.
Right.
Chandigarh. So they will say, oh, this guy, don't bother him. He will not, don't try to push
He'll
him. He will not budge.
Ah.
There is something valid, he will do it.
Right.
And he'll do it quickly.
Right.
But if you tell him something which is illegal or invalid, he will not do it. You go to that other person who will do it.
Yeah. I think that's the benefit of it. That's the benefit of taking firm stand. Initially 2-3 instances,
Exactly.
and then you are scot free. Yeah. Exactly, sir. Sir, again, going further is again leadership is also about taking risks.
Yeah.
So any incident which you can imagine, like where you have taken the risk, but it has turned to be a reward later on.
So this was a minor risk which I took,
Yeah,
as I told
yeah.
you, but I'll tell you a bigger one. So as SGM Kalka, I'm talking about my early days right now. So there's a Pinjore bottleneck. In that bottleneck, there used to be a lot of traffic jams. Kalka also there was a point, and Pinjore, both held it. So the forest department's complex wall and the police station's wall was actually encroaching onto the road. Government land.
Right.
But government offices are encroaching, so road has become narrow.
Right.
your 2 acres, 3 acres, 4 acres you have, your wall should be in your
Exactly,
limits.
within the limits.
Now that correspondence I told, because it's a government body, you can't break the wall.
Right.
You can't put encroachment and all. You can remove the private one.
Yeah.
So I wrote, they wrote. Then they didn't listen. Then I went again to meet the principal chief conservator of forests of Haryana.
Right.
I was junior chap. He was about to retire. I was 25 now. He says, "You've come for this?" I say, "Yes, sir." He says, "You really think that we will agree and remove the wall?" And I say, "Yes, sir, you have to do it." He agreed. He gave the orders. At their own budget, they removed the wall, removed it 10 feet back. 10 feet or something, and that brought up the road.
Right.
In Kalka, similar thing happened. That was a private thing. So these shopkeepers had encroached a little bit, about 24 shopkeepers at a place called Gandhi Chowk, which is the middle of Kalka.
Right.
We gave them a scheme. We said that in this scheme, we will give you, instead of the 30 years lease which you have, the MC will give you these plots on 99 years lease. If you deposit, I think it was 1 lakh per shop at that time.
Right.
With the MC for civil works.
Right.
And you have to remove your shop and move 12 feet back on your own. But that will be 99 years lease.
Right.
They broke their own shops, reconstructed, there was some vacant space behind. We broadened the road by 12 feet. And the MC got 24 lakhs of rupees from them for development works also.
It was a win-win situation.
So it was a risk in the sense that both times it was a little out of the way.
Yeah.
You can't tell the government to remove encroachment, sometimes you can.
Right.
But it doesn't properly happen.
Yeah.
Plus these MC, that approval I took. Risk was that the idea was quite wild in a way. Novel.
Yeah.
So they gave me the approval, only then we did it. But that risk was there.
But I think besides the risk, that out of the box thinking, which is also a good quality of a leader, was demonstrated in this instance.
So one more.
Yeah.
So there was a narrow lane behind my office which was not paved. It was a kacha road behind my office. I never used to use it, front side it was, Kalka.
Right.
There was a stay by a lady who used to own some land out there, and that road could not be paved because she had gone to the court against people that this cannot be a road.
Right.
It is my rasta and I will block it. But she could not block it. People used to travel that kacha path, but it was not safe.
Right.
It was it was rough and properly not done. So people used to come to me, "Why don't you please tell her?" She would not listen.
Right.
So on camera I'm telling you, I told these people that today I'm going for a meeting to Ambala. And all the officers of Kalka are going to Ambala for a meeting.
Okay.
You have 12 hours to pave that road on your own. 80 feet only, it was 100 feet.
Right.
At your cost. If you pave it, the police will not stop you. We promise you.
Right.
Once you pave it with your cost,
Right.
then by evening, the police, some complaint will come, police may arrest 1 or 2 people.
Right.
See, Dr. Sonu, in the field, you cannot go by the book.
Exactly, yeah.
We got the road paved by the public.
Right.
That lady and her family kept on fighting, shouting.
Right.
And the court later could not do anything. Now the road is paved. The court had no objection.
Yeah.
So now it is done by the public. By whom? 100 people. So public welfare. You're doing in public welfare.
Exactly.
But had I ever followed the route of approval, it would never have come.
Right. So again, this is out of the box thinking and not going beyond the rules, I think.
And I don't want to set a wrong example also. But in the field, in the interest of the public, sometimes you have to take
the intent should be good.
Exactly. Intent has to be good.
Exactly. Sir, again, I think a lot of incidents you might have interacted in different part of. I keep on listening to you. I keep on reading about podcasts as well as random forays, the news column which you are publishing. So, how you keep your team motivated? What is the strategy?
I am going to be little non-humble here, so I try to be very humble, but little bit just to motivate. So once I was now I was about 30 years old. I was director of IT of Chandigarh, maybe 32. Youngster, I was still 32, like a young officer, running around here, there, wear jeans and all that. Still I'm wearing jeans, running around, and paper mein photo.
Right.
And my PA often had to sit late, and I used to tell him, "Manish, you go home, I'll do this." He said, "No, sir, I'll sit with you." Good guy. He would work. And after about 3 months, let's say, Manish there. I said, Manish, you are a very hardworking person. Yaar. You stay beyond what I tell you also. It's very good. I'll give you a commendation later. Hindi mein he said. I'll use Hindi for
Right, right.
He says, Sir, मैं आपका PA नहीं हूँ. मैं आपका fan. Can you believe it?
Right, right.
I'm like, Acha?
Well, he's your fan,
He says, I'm
not
your fan.
not an employee.
He
like,
says, I'm not your employee, I'm your fan.
Yeah, yeah.
I said, why are you my fan? He says, sir, हम आपको देखते हैं, we see how you work, we see how you are, we see. So then I realized that there is something that I have to, display my genuine intent as you intend.
Right, right.
Then these people become inspired to work better. So there I became a kind of leader in the very early in life where I realized that I have to be the role model all the time. Now supposing he follows me that much, he's a fan. Today he might have followed me more on social media.
Right.
That time it was one-to-one.
Right.
Supposing then I slip up something. In the evening, late night party, you're playing the fool and you're throwing things or you shouted at somebody, slapped somebody.
Right.
Then that fandom will go.
Yeah.
You puncture your reputation.
Yeah.
So you have to be, as a leader, as an officer, all the time you have to remember that you are setting an example.
Yeah.
You can be human at times, you can be moody also.
Exactly.
Coffee nahi chahiye, chai chahiye, ye ho gaya, this happened, that happened. So, but you have to largely keep your demeanor balanced. I hope that answers.
No, I think that's a very important. I really got one very important thing from this discussion.
Yeah.
That rather than creating employees, one should create more fans. So if you create fans, they can do work even longer, even harder, and even when you go back, they will be with you always. And I think that's a very good idea.
And they should want to be like you. You have a young team here, Dr. Goel, you have a young team. So they want to be like you. One day we want to be in this position, or we want to, be inspired by. That is the way to.
No, that's wonderful. That's wonderful. I think this is the best way to keep them motivated. And I think you also told that guy. So you keep on valuing because you told that I'll be giving you certificates. So valuing those people, hearing about like their problems sometimes. So I think that gives that fandom a very great bond.
One thing which I tell in your sessions, which I've been doing for visiting faculty and professionals, I also told them this, that the lowest rung, who comes maybe with a water bottle or he cleans your table or somebody like that.
Right.
After a few weeks, you ask him, how is everything at home? How is your mother? You told me last time she is not well, she keeps on well. How is your village doing? Is there any good progress, development in your village?
Right.
For the next 2-3 months, this person will value that one question. Or one assurance.
Exactly.
So this shows that you have empathy for you.
You connect, I think. Yeah, that's really important. Very good, sir. So, sir, next one is because leadership is also about, like you talked about challenges, you talked about risk, you talked about communication with your colleagues, developing those teams. But sometimes we have to take tough decisions.
Right.
Because every time, I think it's not possible to get the things done. So, can you remember something that you have to take tough decision, but then the person there, after remembering that, yes, it was tough decision for the betterment, not for the person.
So I'll tell you 2 little stories, and very right, you have to take tough decisions at time. As a young officer, and we talked about is that if you set your reputation in the beginning.
Right.
Some complaint came in my own department or office, and with the help of the police, I got 2 people arrested red-handed.
Okay.
For minor corruption.
Okay.
But it was corruption.
Right.
Unfortunately for them, 2 of them, I think they went for 2 years, so even jail.
Okay.
Till today, they meet me.
Right.
At times.
Right.
And they know they are wrong.
Yeah.
They must have felt some animosity at that time that, you have spoiled our career life.
Right.
But after 2-3 years, they were reinstated, they came back. Now it has been probably 20-something years since that incident.
Yeah.
25 years perhaps. And they are fine.
Yeah.
They are fine. Not that they are warm, but they are fine, respectful.
Yeah.
And I meet them at times, bump into them.
And maybe it might have happened because they know that it's not they have taken because they are XYZ, but anybody could have been there at that position.
That's right.
So Mr. Atray would have taken the same decision.
That's right. And there was one person who was habitually into drinking.
Yeah.
In the field office, I was in Cathal at one.
Right.
So they told me, sir, this person after 3 p.m. or afternoon, he's drunk and in office. And public is coming to meet him. So one day I went to his seat. I made him stand up and I said, what is your name? He told me his name, you groggy. Then I said, tell me this, tell me that. He could not answer even simple questions.
Right.
So I realized, I said, you have to get a test done and you are under suspension.
Right.
You have to suspend the person.
Right.
And after a few weeks, I think his family came, or next day his family came. After a few weeks, he came. They thanked me.
Yeah.
They thanked me for this, that you have solved his life or you have improved his life. He has got a bit of terror and he stopped drinking that much.
Yeah.
Or in office at least.
Right.
So I think sometimes you have to take that harsh firm decision which is in the interest of
the entire team. Because if you're not taking interest, then people will think that he is biased toward that particular person and anybody can do wrong things and all those things.
Even then you have to communicate your decision of even suspension or whatever it is firmly without anger or rancor.
Right.
You cannot be, losing your cool or being upset, even if it's a vicious, negative decision against someone.
Right.
It is. If it's logical, you have to tell them.
Right.
That we could not help it. That we had to do this.
Right.
Yeah.
Wonderful, sir. I think unbiased approach and telling coolly to that person despite taking the harsh decision.
Absolutely.
I think that is really important for being a leader.
Yeah.
So, sir, like over a period of time, have you thought about that your leadership styles have changed with the change in, I think, the eras and the change in type of people?
Yeah, definitely. In fact,
or even change in situations.
Yeah. There are a lot of things in this. So, by birth, I'm a Scorpio.
Yeah.
Okay, November born.
Right.
And I used to have these anger spikes as a youngster. Anger spike.
Right.
But then cool down very soon.
Right.
Spike and cool down. You understand spikes.
Right.
In communication.
I am sometimes like that.
Like that. But even in your department, you do work with spikes. So they
Yes.
So anger spikes come and they go. Then I realized that there's not much in I started taking a little bit of control on my mind and I started meditation. Morning and evening. Spiritual practice, meditation practice, yoga, meditation. It helped me to become a calmer person. So I realized next time I'm not going to lose my cool at this small thing. Of course, there is something major which you cannot help being upset, and that is something you have to. But there I became cooler, calmer, able to handle my own situation. And the second part which has changed about me, I used to be very reserved. You won't believe it now, I'm so talkative. But I used to be very reserved with my team and my office, and I would tell my wife, no, we're not going there, we're not doing that.
Okay.
Don't talk to that.
I can't believe that, yeah.
I used to be very reserved.
Yeah.
My father was like that.
Okay.
He's a police officer, very senior, very afraid. So he was a little, I also was a little bit like that people could not come and talk to me much.
Okay.
But then I opened up.
Yeah.
My layers reduced. And some couple of layers
more approachable.
Still there.
Yeah.
Everybody has some layers.
Yeah, that's fine.
But these are figurative. And then I am more friendly, warm. So then I would tell them, हाँ बताओ क्या हुआ? Just an informal example. I hope it never happens in this situation. But going to a school or college as a chief guest.
Yeah.
Last May there is a bhangra.
Right.
Dance.
Right.
I would never do it. They say chief guests come to the stage and perform with us a little.
Right.
No, I don't do this kind.
Okay.
Now I may.
Okay.
Now I may. So layers are reduced. So you become more warm.
Yeah.
You become more warm, and people also appreciate that.
Yeah, exactly. Because I have seen that because sometimes people feel that if I go near him, whether I'll be able to talk to him or whether how he will talk to me, how he will behave. So I think that sort of thing remains always. And then sometimes because of this, the people will not be able to come. And I just remember...
They can't express.
And I remember the example of Mr. Ratan Tata. So he used to always go in the large place where all the tea and everything is served and go there and sit there and people used to come. And he used to discuss informally. The people may not be able to go to his office, but he used to come there and people can informally meet and approach.
That's very important. This is very important. But having said that, there has to be a certain distance also.
Yeah.
The distance can be reduced.
Yeah.
But in the hierarchy or in the government or in the department or in the structure, there has to be a little bit of buffer.
Yes.
So they cannot also take you lightly. And take you for granted.
Right.
So you maintain that respect and a respectful distance.
Right.
But you are warm. It is a balance.
Correct.
Yeah.
That balance is required.
Yeah.
You told about the influential models in your life, I think, in the initial one.
Yeah.
So now I'll be asking the last question of this series of questions before we go to the rapid fire round.
Sure.
That what are the biggest challenges leaders face today? So according to you, and what advice you would like to offer to someone, the newly joined people who have just started the journey as public health or any space, how they can they become the leader?
I think this is a very important question in today's context. I have a TEDx talk on artificial intelligence versus human intelligence.
Okay.
I think in the era of AI, where you're talking about the present context.
Yeah.
So we still have to nurture the human qualities. ChatGPT, Grok, etc., AI are available to everybody. Some free, some for a fee, but they are easily available.
Right.
Readily available.
Right.
Leadership qualities are not so readily available. They should be more readily available because they are free of cost. Human beings should be nurtured like that, but they're not.
Right.
So we have more ChatGPT and less leadership qualities.
Yeah.
So in this era, I think people need to recognize that this cup of coffee, I mean, hopefully we'll have coffee later.
Yeah, we will have that.
Joking light moment.
We used to have normally the cup of coffee here.
Water.
Yeah.
No, what I'm saying is that this conversation carried out through AI or online would not have had this vibration.
Right.
The young Gen Z word is vibe.
Right.
That vibe has to come from human being though.
That vibe is missing right now.
It's missing right now. It's reduced.
Because even if two people are sitting, they are just watching the phone and they are less interacting with each other.
So now we have restaurants with a signboard there, some restaurants.
Yeah.
We do not have Wi-Fi. Please talk to each other.
Right.
So the point is that in this era of AI, I think in the present context which you mentioned, officers, I tell them, I also go to Missouri and train officers of civil services from other countries.
Right.
NCGG is there. So what I tell them is, social media has to be balanced. Your life has to be balanced. Your screen time has to be balanced. You have to carry out conversations in real life. I give an example to professionals of a workstation, and you come to your workstation, start working early morning. Next person today is VP, feeling low. You did not notice till 4 o'clock. You came at 10 o'clock. He and she are sitting together and did not notice. And 4 o'clock, suddenly you realize that this person has been crying all day long. Maybe his mother is not well.
That emotional disconnect is there.
Yeah, emotional disconnect. Some breakup, something happened. Some loss. So, as a human being, is it not? Who will ask him?
Correct.
Nobody else is there. You as a human, even on a bus stop, if somebody is not feeling well, people go to him, no? That let us help you. So I think that human touch has to be there in leadership today, which is vital for Gen Z to understand. Plus, as they say, smell the coffee, feel the breeze, look at the nature, remain human. Your Blinkit will come in 9 minutes. But you don't have to become an automaton. You have a heart. Till Elon Musk does not replace our brain with some kind of technology. Heart with something else. I have a chip in my wrist. Till then I should be human. No?
That emotion component is really important.
So important. And AI cannot replicate
that. Cannot be replicated.
On again lighter side, my friend tells me he's an AI guy. He says, sir, you keep writing these articles every fortnight. You give me 6 of them. And ChatGPT will write your article next time. I said, listen, if ChatGPT writes my article, what will I do? Secondly, I said, till today, I challenge ChatGPT to write better than me. I'm telling you. I said, till today, I've got the upper hand.
Because that heart thing is not there.
Even language is pretty good. So if it improves over me, then I will see. But till now, that heart is not there. So leadership has to be humane, empathetic, which will not come from AI. So use AI for the benefit of technology, of your work, efficiency. But balance your life. And also I tell young leaders, spend enough family time. Busy people like you, me, anyone, the children, if you have, they grow up very fast. Spend time with them. Otherwise, they will suddenly rocket and you are left.
At loss.
You cannot rewind.
You can't rewind.
So these things are important for leadership. To feel that buoyancy and heart within, happiness within, that finding success within, which I talk about. Ultimately, what will you leave behind? You have to leave behind that good vibes, that good feelings, that goodwill. That is something that is important.
And that is what people remember. Because if you just are sitting together without having interaction with them, so people will not remember.
Not at all.
Right. And
Very important.
even people forget to have small parties with their colleagues.
Yeah, it's important.
Yeah.
One leadership lesson I got in my book,
Yeah.
once a week call your team and sit with them informally, have
Right.
a chat with them, or at
Right.
least once in 2 weeks.
Right.
And that problematic person in your team, go and, or at least call him once in 2 weeks that you come to me and talk to him. What is your problem?
Right. Right.
Coffee bite.
Right.
Something which is informal.
Correct.
Communicate as a human being.
Yeah. Great, sir. So I think now I'll ask you some rapid fire questions. So, sir, one word that describes your leadership style.
Very non-humbly, I must say, I'm dynamic. Dynamic is the word.
Dynamic means like changing, basically,
Yeah,
depending on the situation and always action-packed. Yeah.
Yeah.
Great. A leader you admire the most?
I mentioned
You
Field
mentioned.
Marshal Manekshaw.
Right.
Also, I admire a lot personality who I follow, Paramahansa Yogananda, author of the autobiography of Yoga.
Right.
Fantastic. Spiritual leader. Great personality.
Right. Great. And what's your biggest strength as a leader?
I think I'm empathetic enough. I'm empathetic to, as we talked about it. I am not impervious, so I take care of my team.
Right.
I communicate.
Right.
So I give them a pat on the back.
Right.
Yet they know that we cannot take this boss lightly.
Correct.
So even now I'm a professor somewhere, I have a team or I have somebody assisting me. So I have to take care of them, but they cannot take me lightly.
Right. Caring. Yeah. Exactly. And one weakness you're still working on?
I think I'm a little prone to maybe sometimes being a little too soft. Now,
Okay.
that okay, go ahead, okay, we'll do it later. But then I realized I should not have given him that latitude.
Okay.
Although it's not much,
Yeah.
but since you asked the weakness, so maybe
Yeah.
a little bit.
That's the only thing which you can recover on. Right. Say book that changed the way you lead. I know that what you will.
I did mention autobiography, but I'll mention one more. So autobiography by Yogi, definitely.
Yeah.
It changed the way. And also,
anything specific in that?
in that book, he tells us that you have to raise the level of your consciousness.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a slightly higher topic.
Yeah.
But when you see a 16-story building may be there,
Mm-hmm.
our consciousness can go to 160 stories.
Right.
In terms of perspective,
Right.
in terms of worldview, vision we talked about.
Right.
In terms of your understanding of life itself.
Mm.
What am I doing over here? What is the context?
Right.
We are doing a podcast, but it's not a routine thing.
Right.
There is some ramification, some ripple effect.
Mm.
So if I raise the level of my consciousness, then I see that vision and become a better leader.
Excellent. We used to talk something in our scientific jargons like there's a Johari window.
Mm-hmm.
So in that Johari window, we have 4 self within us.
Uh-huh.
So one of the self is unknown
Right.
self, and people say that around 90 to 95% of that window, because out of all the windows, that occupies 90 to 95%. By the end of life, we are not aware about those 90% which exist within
Of
us.
ourselves.
And that is what we are talking
I'm
about.
talking
I
about
think
that.
the
The higher
perspective.
self,
The
yeah.
perspective.
Yeah, perspective.
Wonderful.
So that book is very powerful. Autobiography of you.
Wonderful, sir. I have a copy with me.
That's
Somebody gifted me. I read, I think, almost half of it.
Yeah.
I could not finish it, but yes, I will go and read
He's
it.
good at it, yeah.
The biggest leadership myth, in your opinion, right?
I think the myth is that leaders have to be far-reachingly, monitoring other things. So the leadership myth is that I should be aware of everything going on in my organization. It's not right.
Okay.
You have to delegate.
Right.
I should have a team of 6 people who are answerable to me.
Mhm.
They have 600 people below them.
Mhm.
Those 600 people will come to you or need you only when required.
Mhm.
But these 6 people are whom I am with.
Right.
So the myth is that you have to be everywhere all the time.
Hmm.
The leader does not have to be.
Right.
The leader is there like the head of the family. He has to not get into the nitty-gritties.
Yeah.
So the myth is that I have to... So obviously you have come up the ranks.
Hmm.
There's a nice quote which you like. Those who are on top of the mountain, they did not fall from the sky.
Right.
They went from here.
Yeah.
So you've risen through the ranks. Now you've risen. So you don't have to go to that level. Let them do it.
Correct.
So
not micromanaging.
Not micromanaging.
Yeah.
Exactly the word I was looking
Yeah.
for. Not micromanaging. You have to be a macro leader with an
Yeah.
understanding. But if required, you can help them. in
Yeah,
that.
because you have gone from there.
You have gone from there.
Exactly. Wonderful, sir. And what motivates you to continue the leadership role in tough days?
So tough days, we had COVID, for example. I had more of a role. I even wrote an article. We need a network of motivators. because life was becoming very difficult.
Yeah.
And now also we see a lot of depression, stress levels.
Right.
So I think it's becoming difficult, and we should try to keep motivating others to motivate others.
Right.
That ripple effect which I talked about.
Yeah.
So as a motivational speaker, it is my job to do that, or it's my work to do that. But there are people whose job is something else. They can also be the same.
Right.
A teacher or a lecturer, in earlier times, I think they used to be more conscious of storytelling and role models, becoming that inspiration. Today, the teacher may be just efficient. Who then teaches chemistry. Chemistry is not a subject where you can tell stories.
Right.
But if you do, supposing some famous scientist, and the physics person that I often talk about is Feynman, Richard Feynman. So Feynman was a personality. And if you're teaching physics, you talk about the personalities who taught physics and their lives. So that human interest.
Right.
So I think in that level, they can really improve and be better.
Wonderful, sir. A quote or a mantra you live by?
So one is my own, which I'll very humbly tell you because it's for the youth. It is, life is not about marks. Life is about making a mark. Making a mark.
Wonderful.
So marks are not important.
Yeah.
Second quote, which is a spiritual quote because it's important, although nothing religious about it. Everything can wait, but your search for God cannot wait.
Yeah.
So
that should be urgency.
Urgency. We cannot wait for retirement or we have to start meditating, finding the true peace within now because we need that.
Yes.
And then the higher purpose of life.
People normally say that I'll do it after retirement, 60 years, and then you don't have that time.
You are a doctor, I'm an engineer by training.
Right.
We are scientific people in a way.
Right.
But we have to understand the larger, bigger purpose of life is to find that peace within, that joy within, that connect.
Right.
Very important.
Excellent, sir. A work-life balance.
Truly important. How important that can be. A cycle cannot move without the balance. So your work and your family. So 80-20 rule definitely should be there. It is another Pareto's principle of 80-20 tells us that you prioritize the 20% thing which give you 80% output.
Right.
But in this case, I would say even 70-30, 70% of your time, career, work, etc. 30%
should
for
be
family, for self-development,
Right.
physical fitness, reading books, enjoyment, all these things are of your waking time.
Exactly. And a skill every leader should have.
Communication, writing, listening, and communication is a composite skill.
Yeah.
So writing, listening, speaking, conveying,
Your
and
message.
inspiring at the same time.
Right. Wonderful. And what's the most difficult part of being a leader?
I think the part could be that you sometimes we cannot really show our frailties, weaknesses. You're feeling scared, worried about the situation. But as the head of the organization, you cannot afford it. And if you are panicking, then everybody will panic.
Right.
So the difficult part is to retain that composure in a crisis.
Right.
That's the difficult part.
Exactly. And one value you'd like to teach young leaders?
I think the value is the art of or the need for understanding others and going out of your shell and reaching out to others and being empathetic to others.
Right.
And those who are disadvantaged.
Right.
That is very important.
Leaders. Very important, which is missing right now.
Yeah.
And one word, again, that's an optional thing because some people doesn't know about it. One word your team would like to describe you.
Me, I think they would, hopefully it should be a good word. Me, they would say that sir is very, always energetic.
Yeah. Exactly. I think this is what you also describe yourself as your leadership style.
That's
as
right.
well as dynamic.
Yeah.
And so success in your words.
I think it's true joy and peace.
Within.
So within. Because all my certificates, all my awards, your recognitions, any professional, all the money, all the power, all the Instagram followers, they are ultimately numbers.
It
doesn't really matter.
Right.
Ultimately, it is what impression you left, how you made people feel. And ultimately, in my talks, I say it's not what you know or what you say, but how you are. That aura, that vibe which we talk. So that is most important.
Wonderful, sir. So I think we talked a lot of things about leadership with Mr. Vivek, and I think the things which I summarized, some of the things which I got from our discussion is that leadership is about being humble. It's about being a lot of hard work, showing examples to the people that and creating more fans. I think this is what leadership is, and this is what inspires people and motivate them to continue doing a lot of other work. Taking initiatives, out of the box thinking is another examples, I think, of a true leader, and it was demonstrated through various examples that how we think out of the box when you are being a leader. And hearing people, feeling them valued is also an important task of a successful leader. Sometimes leaders take tough decision, but that doesn't say that he or she is not a leader. Tough decision taking is also a part of leadership, and that shows that person is unbiased. They should be unbiased towards any person, and he chose the situational leadership style, a dynamic leadership style, which works in different situations. Yoga, I think that's an important part, because when you feel within, when you find joy within, I think that gives you a sense of satisfaction in leadership. One should be balanced in their family life, in their personal life, in their professional life. I think one should find a balance so that we balance that all the things rather than just the professional thing. And lastly, he said that the human connect should be really, really important if you want to be empathetic and if you want to be different from artificial intelligence, which is opposite of what leadership is. So thank you, sir. Thank you very much for your wonderful discussion during this wonderful podcast. And I hope that the listener will really gain from this very enthusiastic podcast.
Very well conducted indeed.
Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you.